I have been using essential oils for a little over maybe almost 5 years now, and they have seriously changed my family's life. It's been pretty cool to watch. And we are here to not only to educate you, but to have some fun, do some giveaways and all that fun stuff this week because it's a special week for doTERRA. It is BOGA week. And BOGA week is an opportunity for you, if maybe you've never tried oils before, to try some oils at really great discounts, because what they do is they'll do a buy one of a specific oil and you get a different specific oil for free. This week, every single day, it will be something different and something new. So I'm excited to be here, and I'm excited that you're here joining us. Our group is pretty large, and if you have questions, concerns, I want you to please feel free to start typing those into the chat for me today. I'm going to give you a little agenda of what I'm going to cover. I'm going to basically go over, I did one video already, and I'll run through a little bit of what I went through in there, and then I'm going to go through how we use essential oils and some of our top oils that you're able to, and how you're able to use them in your home on a day-to-day basis. Because I know that's one of the things that people really are, a little apprehensive about, like, will I really use them? And I want to give you the tools and the understanding that yes, you can use these every single day, and we will show you how for sure. So in my earlier video, I went through a little bit about doTERRA and why doTERRA. They're co-impact sourcing. They create co-ops around the world in order to source their oils from the indigenous place of where they are grown. Also, doTERRA tests all of their oils to ensure that they're pure and they're potent. And that there's no fillers, there's no extra stuff in there, and you just don't know that about things that you get on Amazon or at the grocery store or things like that. And so when you get something from doTERRA that it's the most tested and the most trusted, which is what I needed because I was busy. When I started, I had little kids. There was no way I could research a bunch of stuff. So I was excited to be able to have a company that I could trust, that anything that I ordered that I was using in my household, in, on, or around my family was safe. And so if that's you, you're in the right place. All right. And I know we have a lot of new people, and I'm really excited that y'all are here. So let's talk a little bit about how we use essential oils. The first way that we can use oils is topically, where we could put them anywhere on our body. If our lower back is hurting, we might put an oil there, or our neck hurts, or maybe we just need to relax these muscles, we could put it there. We can actually use these essential oils topically. doTERRA only, okay? The next way we can use them is aromatically. And aromatically is maybe by putting a drop of oil in your hand, rubbing it around and smelling it, or using something called a diffuser. A diffuser is something that you plug into the wall, you add water to it, maybe about 3/4 of a cup. Then you use maybe 3 to 4 drops, depending on which kind of diffuser it is. And that will help to bring the oils, break them down into their smallest particles and get them in the air so that everybody can utilize the benefits of them. And it can help to clean the air. It also can help just to help with mood as well. I always do citrus oils for our family. The third way, and this one is specifically to doTERRA because of our testing and because of our generally regarded as safe by the FDA to take it internally, is internally. You can actually put it in a drop of water. I do lemon a lot in my water, and I'll talk a little bit about why in a minute. And also, we can do gel caps. They're little caps that you can open up, and you can put a drop or two of oil in there, and you can swallow it and take it that way as well, which we find to be very effective way of utilizing essential oils. So those are the 3 ways that you can use them. All right. So I want to talk to all of you who deal with maybe headaches and maybe deal with tension. The first oil I'm going to talk about is peppermint. Hi Gwen. Hi Katie. Glad y'all are on. Peppermint is pretty potent, and what I love about it is. And many times at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, we get that little lull, right? And we could go for the cup of coffee or maybe the energy drink. And sometimes that can't be the best for us. And so we could use peppermint in the same way. We could actually put it in our hands, roll it around and smell it, and it will actually wake us up. It is also good if you have any sort of headache. You can put it directly on. You just have to be careful with your eyes because it will evaporate and actually give you watery eyes, and we don't want that to happen. And I'll talk a minute about what we can do if that does happen. But peppermint is great for those kinds of things. And it's something that, again, you can use every single day. Wake up in the morning, put that drop of peppermint in your hand. If you have a problem getting out of bed, smell it. And it's going to give you that little burst of energy to get you going. So just think of peppermint as peppermint peps you up. And the strength of these oils, there's about 250 drops in one bottle of essential oil. And the strength of them, like 1 drop of peppermint equals about 28 cups of peppermint tea. So they're pretty potent for you, right? And 250 drops means 250 servings, which makes them very inexpensive and effective. It's pretty much pennies per drop, which we love. All right. The next thing that many people deal with is sleep issues. They maybe have a problem falling asleep, staying asleep. Maybe they just can't, their mind won't stop racing. And so that we would use an oil called lavender in order to help with that. I'm sure many of you, if not everyone, has heard of lavender. You see it a lot added to different things, but in my last video, we talked about the difference between synthetic and the real thing. So we need to be careful on that. But lavender is actually amazing to calm anything. So if you're having problems sleeping at night, here's what I recommend. Put a drop of lavender on the tip of your big toe, or you can put it on your finger and put it on that tip of the big toe. The tip of the big toe goes straight to the brain and will actually help to shut it down so that you can fall asleep fast. You could also make a little lavender spray with some water and lavender drops, shake it around, and then spray it on your pillow at night to help you have a restful night's sleep as well. It's also really good for skin issues too. So that is lavender. So do you see how you could use that every single day, right? The next I want to talk about is our digestive system, right? Have you ever gone out to eat and then had that like after eat bloat? Or maybe it's just something like, I think 80% of the US has digestive issues. So we just kind of need daily support for that as well. That is where our product called Digest Zen, which is a mix of different oils together that include things like fennel and peppermint, which we already know are really good for our tummy, right? Digestin is something that you could use like in the morning and the evening. You just maybe put 1 drop on your tummy and rub it in for daily support of our digestive system. And why do we want to do that? Because our digestive system holds a huge part of our immune system. And if we're supporting our digestive system, then our immune system will be supported as well. And so that is why we need Digest Zen on a daily basis. Another thing too, like for me, sometimes if my kids aren't feeling well in the middle of the night, I can just hand them a roller with it in there and they can take care of themselves. And it helps them to get back to sleep fast. And so it's just an amazing one. And again, something that you will use every single day. The next oil or the next product is really helping with, we have a lot of toxins around us, right? Whether inside of our home, I think there was a study done that said that many people's homes are more toxic than being outside. That's a little scary, right? But when we think about like, hey, what are we cleaning with? What are we putting on our skin? What are we using as shampoo or skincare? Our skin absorbs everything. It's our biggest organ. And so we really have to be cognizant of that. And even when we try hard, because if you go around my house, you'll see that I have a lot of stuff that's not, that's really non-toxic in here, but I'm still getting toxins in my body just from living life, right? And so the oil that I use every single day is lemon. And I actually put that in my water. Oh, sorry, I lost connection for a minute. I actually put lemon oil in my water, and that will actually, drinking it, will help with my body in the detoxification process and to help to break those toxins down and flush them out of my system easier. So I use that every single day. Lemon is also, the oil will not break down the enamel on your teeth like it would with like lemon slices and that. So that's the difference too. And one little tip, my husband, we just had a new bathroom put in and they got paint or something like bad on the floor outside of the shower. I think it was the green stuff they used to seal it and we could not get it out. And so my husband used lemon oil and was actually able to get all of that out of our floor. I mean, like how cool is that to be able to use it all those different ways and to get rid of some of that toxic stuff. So do you see how you could use that every single day, right? So these are really simple ways to be able to utilize these oils, right? The next is for like going for a walk or getting done working out or just getting old, right? We just have aches and pains. Sometimes when I climb up those stairs, I'm like, my knees start cracking. And this is where an oil called Deep Blue would come into play. This is where we would take that oil and topically put it on the place of pain. We do not do this one internally. You will notice on the side of our bottles that you can take internally. They actually have the supplemental facts, which is not that one. What's this one? Oh, rosemary. So it has the supplemental facts box on the side of the oil bottle. And that means that we can actually take this one, oh, I lost connection again. We can take this one internally, which is many of our oils. But Deep Blue, the oil I'm talking about, is one that you do not take internally. That one is one for aches, pains, things like that. And then, let's see, when we are talking about seasonal threats, Am I better now, Susan? I know I went out for a minute. I saw that the recording, so I stopped for a minute. So hopefully I'm back. And when we're talking about like seasonal threats, we're talking about maybe some skin issues, irritations. The next oil we could use for that, which is Melaleuca. It's also known as tea tree oil. Tea tree oil mixed with like lavender and lemon and tea tree oil together is amazing for seasonal threats. And it's something that you could just put directly on your sinuses with a carrier oil. Okay, so this is a good opportunity for me to talk about carrier oils. Carrier oils are oils that you put together with the essential oil that actually helps it to dispense out a little bit more. So the carrier oil that we like to use because of the cellular structure is fractionated coconut oil, which is a coconut oil that is in its liquid form. They take the fat out. And so we could take something like that where we would put the fractionated coconut oil in our hand and then drop a couple of drops of lemon, lavender, and Melaleuca together in there, rub it around, and you could actually put it on your sinuses. And I don't know if you knew it or not, but the tips of your toes is another place where your sinuses can be affected. It's a direct link, right, with that reflexology chart. So you can actually put it on the tips of your toes as well in order to help your sinuses. And I know things are going around because my kids are dealing with something right now that we have been totally oiling them up, and it's amazing how quickly they're getting over it. Whereas some of my friends have been dealing with stuff for over 2 weeks, which is kind of sad because I really wish they would do oils or use oils. So Melaleuca is great for skin as well. All right, so next I would love to talk about cellular health. All right, we were talking about those toxins. Our cells also need some help and they need some support in repairing. And the amazing thing about essential oils is that our cells actually recognize them and will allow them to enter the cell wall. And so what's great about that is that it is just a natural way for our bodies to stay healthy when we support it correctly. So the oil that we use for cellular health is frankincense. It's also one that's great for like skin, wrinkles, things like that. Because again, it's getting to you at that cellular level and helping our cells to repair, which is just pretty awesome, right? And it's also really good for daily mood support. So if you have a lot of ups and downs, then frankincense, I put 1 drop underneath my tongue every single day, and that helps to keep me more even keeled when it comes to my mood. And who all needs that, right? And it helps it a little bit with the stress relief as well. So, and I know a lot of people deal with that too. The next oil is one that you're probably not going to use every day, but who's been in a situation where you've been throwing up so bad that you just didn't even know what to do? That is where oregano would come into play. This is also an oil that when there is a lot going on, like going on out there, or like when my kids were starting to get the sniffles, I just started rolling it on the bottoms of their feet. This is one you definitely want to use with a carrier oil, like the coconut oil, because it is considered a hot oil, which means that it could burn your skin. When we're talking about safety, we also don't want to put them in our eyes, in our nose, or our ears, or any other sensitive places, right? We want to make sure that we are using them safely. And a carrier oil is a great way to do that, okay? So oregano, like when everybody's coming down with something, you are just going to be happy that we have it. All right. And then we have, this time of year, we want to protect and support our immune system, right? We want to help it so that it can work at its best. And that's what On Guard is for. On Guard is another blend that actually will kill off airborne pathogens, but also help with our daily immune support. It's one that we can take internally. You can also diffuse this one. I love the smell of it because it smells like Christmas. If you like the smell of cinnamon and clove and all those, it's so yummy. It's called the Protective Blend because, again, it's protecting you from all that stuff that's going on. All right. And then one other way that I use oils every single day is this last one. It's our Respiratory Support Blend. Why? Because, again, it's getting cold out. There's a lot of dust. There's a lot of things going on. And at night, a lot of times we're not breathing the way that we're supposed to. And so Breathe is amazing for respiratory support. I do this every single night in everybody's diffusers in their room. We put a couple drops of Breathe along with lavender or another sleep oil that we have and called Serenity. And it's amazing. And again, I use it every single day because it's supporting our lungs. It's supporting us to live a healthier life. And so So I just wanted to run through real quick some of these amazing oils that I use every single day. That was 10 oils that we use on a day-to-day basis within my house in one way or another. And so you can use them every single day. We can help you with that. We can show you. We're here to coach you and help you along. And I'm excited this week because of BOGO week, because you're going to be able to get these different oils at a discounted price. But be sure you join me tomorrow morning for my first video to not only talk about the oils that are our first BOGO, but also to let you know the best way, the most economical way for you to get these oils on a day-to-day basis. So I'm looking forward to that. I would love to hear your comments, your thoughts on these top 10 oils, and how is it something that you could use every single day, and how this could help you in order to be able to really, honestly guys, like I said earlier in the video, really change your family's life. They sincerely do, and look forward to more stories this week. Thank you all for joining me, and again, I'm just so happy that you're here. We're gonna have a blast. And we'll look forward to BOGO week with doTERRA. All right, take care.